Back to the dangerous and deadly weather gripping much of this country today. At least 46 people have died from the heat in the past 2 weeks. And people in the mid-Atlantic are spending a 7th day without power from last week's storms. Right now, temperatures are forecasted for the triple digits and likely to break all kinds of records. But afternoon storms could bring some relief throughout the Northeast. However, more than 4,000 record highs were set in the month of June alone. That along with powerful storms and tremendous wildfires. So the question at hand is this weather part of something bigger? Dr. Reese Halter is here to shed some light on all this. So with a hello to you, Dr. Reese, the million-dollar question, why is this happening?
Well, Alex, you know, with rising greenhouse gases, we're seeing these intense droughts, and droughts beget wildfires, and the heat and the winds are just driving these fires. For instance, the Waldo fire is burning at 1,500 degrees, Alex. These are wild temperatures, you know?
Yeah, 1,500 degrees. I mean, how do you even begin to feel, I mean, to fight that? But why this prolonged heat wave, Reese? Why is this happening?
Well, these patterns are setting in, as all of the computer models have told us, Alex. And you know, here's what we can do on the ground. We can observe what's happening, and these bark beetles are showing us across western North America that change is really here. These are beetles that live naturally in the forests, and they're kept in check with cold winter temperatures. They haven't happened for up to 15 years, and Alex, there may be well over 1 trillion of these beetles, and the numbers I've heard, they may have killed up to 30 billion mature trees. Now, just to put this into perspective, 1 metric ton of wood has sucked 1.5 metric tons of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, and it's given us oxygen. So when the trees die, not only are they not sucking CO2 out of the air and giving us oxygen, they're starting to decompose and add greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. So really a bad thing that's happening, Alex.
So now, Reese, you know all these kinds of details, but overall, in simple terms, is this a result of global warming?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. The beetles are killing the forests. The forests are our life support system to balance greenhouse gases. The forests are dying. More greenhouse gases are being released. Yeah, no, this is all part of a cycle. So
when you talk about these beetles, for example, I mean, is this as a result of something that's man-made, or is this nature? I mean, can you put an attribution there for global warming?
Yes, I mean, what it's done, Alex, is it's removed nature's natural check, cold temperatures. The warm temperatures have allowed the beetle to take off. As a matter of fact, in Colorado, the beetles are now breeding 2 generations in a year. They've doubled their life cycles. And, you know, for most people, they're thinking, oh, this is just some biology, whatever. No, it isn't, because we're talking about the water cycle. We're talking about the snowpacks that, with rising temperatures, are melting quicker, and forest fire seasons that are lasting longer. And that water in the southern Colorado mountains feeds about 50 million people with our agriculture water, with our drinking water, and mighty industry. So it's all connected here.
Yeah, absolutely. You're making a very good case for that, how it is all this one giant circle of life, to sound rather simplistic. But Dr. Reese Halter, thanks for weighing in. Do appreciate that.
Thanks, Alex.